Greetings Internet, and welcome back for another Early Mornings. Sorry that it's been such a long time since my last video, but I think I've mentioned this before. If there's a morning where I don't really feel I have anything to talk about, excuse me, then usually I won't record anything, I won't put a video out there, because y'all deserve better than me just sitting here going, what should I talk about? What have I got? What's next? You've seen me make videos like that, and they're not very entertaining. Let's be real here. So for today's video, I figured I would do a recap on all the things that I've picked up since my last Early Mornings vlog, and you'll have to excuse me. I was up a little late last night, so I'm gonna be a bit yawny this morning. With that said though, let's get this recap underway, shall we? Just move my socks onto the back of the couch so they're not as distracting, or more distracting, I don't know. Okay. So, one of the things I picked up, or a couple of these things that I've picked up, is I've been trying to pick up all of the vehicles for the original 1990s Ninja Turtles action figure line. I'm still missing a bunch of them, but one in particular that I've been looking for to go with the Super Mutants line is not that one, this one. The Turtle-mobile, which, if any of you don't know, is supposed to be based, at least partially, off of the Batmobile. Now this thing's in really good shape. It's only got like a couple of dings and scuffs here and there. It's got a couple marks, like right here on the teeth. It's got an orange mark. It's got some areas that I'm going to have to do a deep clean because it's like really, really dusty. And I think part of the reason why I was actually able to win this one online was because of the fact that it's missing this piece back here, which is supposed to be like a nitro ooze container thing that you would actually put like water or something in. You know, make this thing go, go turbo. And another interesting thing about this, when I was bringing this out here to the living room so I'd be prepared for this morning, I finally I turned it a certain way, and I found out that there was actually stuff jammed down inside here, inside the seat area. It randomly had this action figure boot, which looks like it might actually be just part of an action figure that got snapped off when some kid was playing with it, then like yanked him out and leg never came the rest of the way out of the cockpit. And it also randomly had this Raphael bandana. I'm not entirely sure where in the world that's from, because it almost looks like maybe it came off of a Next Mutation figure, but I have no idea. I haven't the slightest notion in me noggin where this came from. So anyway, these things were jammed down inside of there. And the other thing that was included in this lot, in that auction, was this. The Tyco RC Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2004 Monster Jam Monster Truck of Raphael. Now, this thing is also going to need a nice heavy cleaning. Originally when I got this, it was like covered in like cobwebs and stuff but a quick can of that end dust stuff, you know, like you use for your computer, took care of most of that. But it's going to need a baby wipe down all over the thing, and maybe take the chassis off and get a nice thorough clean of like the inside. The only thing it's missing is the remote control and the battery compartment. Or not battery compartment, the battery itself, which would plug in right there. You see this big gap right here? But I got these for an excellent price, in my honest opinion. So that's those covered. Set these on the table so I don't get confused. Oh, real quick, a couple of nifty things about this that I realized was it's got a couple of like headlight guns that pop up where they're supposed to. Come on, pop up. There we go. Now, I don't believe these actually projectile, you know, I don't think those actually are supposed to shoot out of there, but I just think they're really cool looking. There's also these two little guns on the front and like a rotating buzzsaw blade. So like while you're rolling this thing across the table, it's supposed to go like that. Which I think is awesome, but it would be also kind of brutal. Like let's say Super Dawn was running down the shredder and you like just take out his legs, like and then the Super Shredder is just like crawling on his hands trying to get away, and then just, you know, it would get pretty grim if a superhero really had a buzzsaw blade on the front of their car like that. But that's also what makes it so much cooler. So anyway, there's that. So another thing I picked up online was this little guy right here. A original 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plushie of Raphael. Now, I bought this thing for one reason and one reason only. I already had this exact plush in this size. Mine's actually in better condition. He's still got like the little plastic hang tag off the top, and he still has his like his tush tag, as plush collectors will tell you it's called. That would be sticking off his hip here. So mine is in better condition, although it's got some soiling and stuff to it. But the reason I picked this guy up is I don't know if you've noticed in his belt here, but he came with one of the size for the 1989 Giant Turtles Raphael. So I picked up that figure so I could try and complete this figure a little more. This guy was from, or I've had this guy since around the beginnings of my Ninja Turtle collection, and to date, until this past week, he has never had one of his accessories with him while I've owned him, and now he is 1/3 of the way complete. I still need to track down another Psy for him and get him a belt. But thanks to his cloth brother here, he's now one step closer to being complete, and I am so happy for it. And you, my dear turtle plush friend, get to wind up in the for sale box. I'm sorry, this is not going to be your forever home, but I'm sure you'll find it. So there's that. Speaking of turtle plushes, now this next one I'm about to show you is from the 2012 Ninja Turtles toy line, and I was just kind of surprised to get this. You know, this literally was a surprise gift from one of my younger cousins. Now, to my cousins who may actually watch this, I'm not sure which one of you it was, Gage or Parker, but thank you very much for this adorable little Leonardo plush. He's like so squishy, he's so soft, and he's so happy. Look at him. He's the most happiest boy to be a Ninja Turtle. Now this one, I did not already have one of, so he will be staying with the collection. Okay. Now, the rest of this, I believe the rest of this, I picked up within the course of this past weekend. And I mean, I got a major Ninja Turtles haul this weekend. Okay, not major. The major haul would be when I got like all 155 of those action figures and the play sets and the Technodrome and all that. That was my major haul. That was the biggest of amount of Ninja Turtles I've picked up at one point in time. And this does not even come close. But I still really like this set that I picked up. Okay, so to start this off, yesterday I decided I was going to treat myself because the day before yesterday was my birthday. So yeah, I'm officially the big 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. I am 30 years old. And I'm not upset about it anymore. But the night before I turned 30, I was having a little bit of an existential crisis because, like, okay, oh goodness, I'm going to be 30. What have I done with my life? All I have to show for anything is my YouTube channel and the job and apartment, and I have so many things I haven't done that I wanted to get done before I was 30. But it was like 2 hours before, you know, the July 6th, so there was nothing really I could do about that. So I just gave up. And I was like, I'm going to be 30. But that doesn't mean I can't still do the things I was going to do before I was 30. By gum. But anyway, so this weekend, the rest of this stuff is basically my birthday haul. And funny enough, this little jerk right here showed up on my birthday. So anyway, I started off and I went to our local Goodwill, and then there wasn't much there, so I went to another Goodwill that was a little farther away, and in the same plaza as that Goodwill was like a little indoor flea market, and at all three of these locations I obtained the stuff within this bag, the bag itself, and the stuff contained within this bag over here that's slightly off screen. So let's just jump into it. So we'll start off, well actually no, we'll not start off with this one, we'll start off with that bag. So to start off with, at one of the two Goodwills, I didn't really find a whole heck of a lot, because this Goodwill is kind of, well, it's kind of crap when you're looking for like collectibles or specific things. But they did happen to have a sealed Ninja Turtles 48-piece puzzle, which, yeah, I already said it was sealed. Never been played with, which I think is kind of sad. And the other thing I found there, one of the other things I found there, was this pretty sweet little Garfield cup from 1978, like brand new Garfield cup. And the thing I find awesome about this thing, part of the reason why I picked it up, is not just because it says Garfield, but just the little image on it. You know, Garfield right there, riding on a skateboard, being pulled along by Odie. Garfield saying, "Use your friends wisely." I just thought that was really kind of cute and funny. So I picked that up along with this puzzle. And I'm trying to remember if I got anything else at that particular Goodwill. I picked up, well, hold on, ladies and gents. While I was at that Goodwill, I also picked up a little figurine to put on the headstone of my mother's grave. For those of you who are not aware, my mother passed away in 2010. And, well, my sister found this. I paid for it. But Found this cute little teddy bear, because my mother had kind of an obsession with teddy bears. And we both thought that would be kind of cute to put on the headstone. So, yeah. Alright, so then we move on to the second Goodwill, where I picked up an actually decent selection of stuff. Now, as you could probably tell, most of the stuff that I picked up this weekend was from the modern Ninja Turtles series, and continuing that trend, I've managed to track down these two coffee cups, which I think came with some kind of cocoa set. It says 2014 Frankfurt Candy LLC, so I'm definitely assuming that this and its twin right here in the bag came from the same set. And by twin, I literally mean twin. It's the exact same design, the exact same graphics. So I picked those up, along with two children's books. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Red Alert, based on the episode with the cockroach Terminator. No, I'm poking at Leo. Here's the Terminator guy. And the second one that I picked up was Tmnt The Mutant Files. Now, unfortunately, both of these are a bit beat up, if it wasn't already obvious. And this one is missing the poster, the battle cards, and most of the stickers. See, like, the battle cards would have been like attached here on perforated cardboard, and I think the poster would have been at the back here. And most of the stickers, like I said, are actually just like completely gone. But it's still got a nice selection of the turtles over here, and then this random Raphael? Yeah, this random Raph over here, and this random Donatello up in the corner. But for like, I think these were 50 cents, 25 cents a piece. You can't really go too wrong. And lastly, oh, also, this bag was at the same Goodwill that I got the mugs and the books from. Brand new, still has the tag on it with the original price sticker. But I'm sure a lot of you don't care about that. Oh. Okay, so y'all might be wondering why in all of this Ninja Turtles stuff I happen to have a little baseball figure. Well, this guy is going in my collection for very specifically one reason. Now, little trivia. What is it that Raphael says in the original Ninja Turtles movie when he meets up with Casey Jones for the first time, and Casey takes a swing at him with like a little baseball bat? If you can remember that line, you'll know who this figure is, you'll know who this baseball player is, and you'll know the gag. Now then, to quickly wrap this up, I actually wound up picking up a decent little haul of action figures. So contained within this bag, if I can get the words out of my mouth, I managed to scoop up some figures from the 2012 line. I got one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite villains, I guess, Dog Pound. Now, unfortunately, he was missing his tail, but I wasn't really too worried about that. I'm sure I can track a tail down for him somewhere. Whoops. Stop. Stand up, Dog Pound. And I also found another one of my favorite characters, villain characters, Fish Face. Because, I mean, that is just one cool fish. Another pretty cool baddie, I think. This guy might be one of the good guys, I don't know. I haven't actually watched enough for the 12 series to know this. But I found Tiger Claw. He's missing his guns, but for $5, which I think all three of these guys were $5 a piece, but they let me get them for like 12. I wasn't too worried about him missing some accessories. And then I found this little creepy jerk right here. I found the Turtle Trolls Leonardo, who came with a Donatello bow staff and the belt from a completely different Leonardo. And his hair, my goodness, his hair is in such a state of disarray. That is going to need some work. But thanks to this little figure, I now have the full set of 4 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtle Trolls from, I want to say 1990, oh right here, 1993. So yeah. And lastly, but very much not least, this next one I have had several of, and as a matter of fact, I currently have 1 in the collection and 2, count them, 2 in my box of for sale figures and stuff. I tracked down a Slam Dunkin' Donatello. And as I was just saying, I've already got one of these. I've got several of these. But, if y'all didn't notice just a second ago, I picked him up for one specific reason. This is the only one I've seen loose that still comes with his basketball still attached with the black plastic, the black thread. You don't find them like this, like ever. And the reason it's on a thread like that is so that when your Slam Dunkin' Don is going in for... Let me try that again. So when your Slam Dunkin' Don is going in, you know, he's going up to shoot, he can actually shoot the basketball and not lose the silly thing. And on that note, I actually have a childhood memory of playing with my brother's Slam Dunkin' Donatello, and that silly little plastic ball went straight from his hand across the kitchen floor and bounced underneath our refrigerator where it was lost forever. I mean, we literally never got that stupid little piece of plastic back. So my brother Mark, if you're watching this, that's what happened to it. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, but not sorry because, well, I was very little, and Mom was the one who was letting me play with your toys at the time. She had me sitting there in the kitchen, entertaining me with your action figures. But yeah, he is in excellent condition. The only real issue I can see on him is on his back here. The number 23 is a little scuffed up right there at the top. But I don't really care about that. So with all of that happy horse hockey and hullabaloo out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, dudes, dudettes, and all other configurations of being of the internet, thank you all so very, very much for tuning into my content yet again. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. I am so humbled that you guys actually give a rat's rear end, a splinter's tail end about my content. It just blows me away that you guys still watch my content. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, come on Donatello, stand up. There you go. You're not even on screen, but I want you to stand. But anyway, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Oxleymations saying, Cowabunga. I'll see y'all next time. And look into his eyes. You will remember. You'll remember this day that Leonardo pointed at you with his bow staff and said, "My hair is a mess." Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Dog pound. Hur, hur. Later.